Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm spiritual coach Lisa Hop. It is Sunday, September 15th. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm a little bit congested, a little bit scratchy today. Went to a family wedding yesterday, and I feel like much of me is still there. But I am here, and I thank you so much for coming on board and listening to this podcast and listening to all my podcasts. I appreciate all of you. And if there is a topic that you'd like me to talk about, please let me know. You can email me at serenityharbor@verizon.net. And also, be sure to visit my website. That's lisahop.com, LISAHOPP.com. For all my services, I do email appointments. I call them email sessions. You can also not only ask questions, but also get channeled messages from angels, ascended masters, which are those big guns like Jesus and Moses and whomever wants to step forward as a master at the time of the channeling. And also spirit guides. We all have angels, we all have spirit guides, and we all have departed loved ones around us at all times, looking over us. And so it's all right to hear directly from them. There are two different kinds. One that is a straight on channel message, and one where you can ask one of your angels, ascended master, or a spirit guide a question. The question should be what, why, or how, because the angels and the spirit guides and ascended masters tend to talk in a much higher way, a much more, a higher dimensional, higher consciousness way. Matter of fact, please go to YouTube under Lisa Hop. I'm under People and Blogs currently, and I have YouTube videos now, and one of them, which I will be doing tomorrow, is your weekly angel message. And I've channeled a couple times from the angels, and I've just channeled right out. I haven't in any way put any of humanity or translation to it, meaning I've talked in their language, not necessarily mine. And I was thinking yesterday that perhaps I should request of the angels is it all right if I do make it a little bit more, I want to say plainer, because I don't want the message to be lost by the higher way it's spoken. So for instance, if they're using the word illumination or something like that, people may not understand exactly where they're coming from, or not, but I thought maybe I would put a little bit more plain talk to that. But of course they have to approve of that because it is channeled directly from them. And I really don't want to taint that in any way because it's so important. For instance, they've already channeled about world politics, and I do intend on asking them about climate change, about just big topics at all. I'm right now blank about what I would ask, but that's another area. If you have a topic you'd like me to ask the angels about, definitely let me know. Once again, email serenityharbor@verizon.net. Thank you again so much for joining me. I appreciate you, as I said, more than you could possibly know. So, as I told you in the very beginning, I attended a family wedding yesterday, and it was a very joy-filled event. I love these two people very much. The bride is a great beauty inside and out. And everyone who was there was very thrilled to be there, filled with joy. There were several toasts, and all the toasts were filled with emotion and joy. And so as I was thinking about what am I going to talk about this week, and I have to say to you guys, I think of these, the subject of my podcast, probably I recorded Sunday morning, but I probably think of it on Saturday or even Sunday morning. Today, it was more Sunday morning. But as I was sitting there, I was thinking about, I was really enjoying the emotions of the day and just the joy, the happiness, the pride, the gratitude of the whole day as a whole. And as I was looking through my podcast topics, I saw that I've kind of talked around about it. I haven't said the word completely, the word happiness. and how important happiness is. Happiness is the fuel for everything. It is the fuel that is going to determine what your thoughts are, what you manifest into your life, how your health is, how your relationships are. If you don't have a happy relationship, everything else in your life is going to adjust to that. It's not going to be to the heightened way it can be. So happiness it's the number one thing to root for. As many of you know, one of my most admired teachers, Mike Dooley, who I am certified in his program, Infinite Possibilities, he teaches everyone that the way to manifest great health, great relationships, the ideal job, is to shoot for happiness in your visualizations. If you're happy in what you're visualizing, if you're happy with the outcome of your life, everything's going to fall into place. There's no way it can't. So happiness is really the goal to shoot for always. And I have to say to you that happiness is often deemed as selfish. And we're taught in this society for a very long time now, over generations, that if you're selfish, well, it's wrong, that you shouldn't be. You're supposed to put everybody else before yourself, and that's just not true. And in all honesty, especially women are taught that. Even yesterday, it was a very traditional vows said yesterday, and it talked about submissiveness of the wife, and I had to take a couple sips of my wine. Now, I'm a firm believer that each member of this coupledom should think about the other's happiness. Her happiness is just as important as his. She should serve him. He should serve her. She should be faithful. He should be faithful to her. I believe more in that equality, that alignment of a relationship, not one party giving up or submitting to another, obeying. Okay. Moving on. But there are literally people. Actually, I had a conversation yesterday with a wonderful person, and she said, I'm putting myself first for the first time. And it's okay, isn't it? It is. And I said, yes, it is imperative that you put yourself first. She literally is trying to teach herself that. She is a woman who's been on this earth for decades and is now learning it's okay to think about me. Yes, it is okay to think about you. It is necessary to think about you. It is imperative. It should be your first priority to think about you. You see, if your tank is not filled, you can't possibly give to others. You're only giving them, well, either a dry tank or very little. And then you get sick. And then you're sad. And even beyond that, to more clinical depression. So happiness has to be, first and foremost, what needs to be done. I have no idea what that bang was, but I'm not going to restart my recording. Either someone in my room didn't like what I said or did. So I'm going to just move on and let you know that was very unusual. And I'm not even going to investigate it right now because I don't want to. I just want to move on 9 minutes in. But apparently, whomever the spirit is of my room is deciding to chime in. But I'm sticking with it. I'm hoping it's a go girl and not anything else going on. So anyway, I've learned also in my life, and it took me decades too, that it's all right to say yes when I want to say yes. It's all right to say no when I want to say no. It's all right to say today is not a good day. I have to take care of me. I don't do it often, but what I will do at times when I don't take days off often that are unplanned. What I will do, because I am self-employed, thankfully, is when I feel myself starting to burn out, I will lighten my appointment load. I will go in and block more time because it's important not to burn out. It's important to ask for what you want. You see, when you are putting yourself first and foremost, as I told you, your life is going to be enhanced. Everyone around you will be better. You will be better. It's just a overall good. And it is what heaven wants for us. No matter what you have read, no matter what you have been taught, heaven wants us to love ourselves first and foremost, to take care of ourselves. Heaven understands that if your tank is not full, then there's no way that you can help God's children. There's absolutely no way. You have to be optimum. You have to be ready to be able to do that. And so I would like to request, I want to ask you today on this Sunday, which is supposed to be a day of rest, to do something kind for yourself today. If you have a party you're supposed to go to and you don't want to go, you don't feel like it, don't go. If you've been putting off taking a walk, take a walk today. As long as the weather is good outside, it's good outside where I am. But if it isn't, then try to do something exercise-wise in your own home. Maybe spoil yourself in some way today. So whatever it may mean for you, whatever you've been putting off, whatever you've told yourself, I'd like to do that, I will get around to it. Get around to it today. It is so, so, so very important. And more than you can possibly even understand. It is scientific that the more positive you are, the more happier you are, the greater your health will be. So imagine if it's great for your health, it's got to be good for your career aspects and for your relationships. And I know that intuitively you know that. You've known in your life that the better you feel about things, the better they tend to work out. And when you're in a state where everything's going wrong, when you wake up in the morning and you stub your toe and you go, oh, this is the kind of day I'm going to have. And don't you often see that you have a line of things happen that make it for a bad day? It's about where your mindsets are. It's about how happy you are. And so someone would ask me right now if they were with me physically, Lisa, what do I do when I'm not feeling happy to get happy? How do I go there? Well, the first thing to do is to get yourself into a state where you're feeling happy. For me, and this is the truth, the most happiest I've been in my life lately. I want to say I don't want to measure it with a birth of a child or anything like that. Lately, the happiest I've been was when I was in Bora Bora on vacation and I was on a cruise on a catamaran. I was actually on two. One was for shopping, one was the sunset cruise, and I'm using the sunset cruise. I am laying pretty much on this beautiful soft leather cushion. The sea is calm. It's beautiful in an indescribable way. I'm feeling wealthy, blessed, healthy, calm, peaceful, serene. I felt my whole life was, that moment could never be repeated. It was amazing. And words aren't describing it. So when I need to get back to a healthy place, I remember that moment. I go back to that moment as if I'm living it again. Do that. What is the happiest you've been now? If you can't find a happy moment in your life, come up with a moment that would make you happy. Maybe it is floating on a yacht yourself. Maybe it is lying on a beach. Maybe it is sitting on top of a serene mountain. Maybe it's camping. Whatever it is for you, get there. in that moment. The second thing you can do is notice what you're thinking. When we're not happy, our thoughts are going to match that. We're going to think negative thoughts, because happy people don't think negative thoughts most of the time. They might have one or two, but overall their thoughts are going to be more positive. So catch one of the thoughts you're having, grab it, and reverse it. If you're thinking, for instance, my life doesn't work out for me, reverse it. Grab it, reverse it, and say, my life is it's in the process of becoming everything I want. I can start over tomorrow. I can give myself all that matters. I matter. I am worthwhile. I am deserving. I am lovable. You see what I did there? I started to talk kind to myself. You can do it out loud, or you can do it in your head. It doesn't matter. They're both powerful. The third thing is what I said also earlier. Speak up for yourself. Think about yourself. Put yourself first. Is there something I don't want to do today? If at all you can change it, don't do it. If it's a job, give yourself the self-love of looking for another job. So go to work and know, I'm going to make changes for the better. Empower yourself. So to repeat, 1 of the things you do is you get into a scene in your life that you either have had, that was the best scene ever, the most happiest you've ever been, and allow yourself to feel every sense about it, to see every color, to think about it, completely 3D. Second, grab your negative thoughts and reverse them. And third, take action in order to ensure that you come into a state of happiness, even if it's happiness in progress, to do something to go towards it. All those are very powerful and will get you where you want to go. Because happiness it matters. It's literally the reason why we're here, is to figure out how to have it. So please give yourself the worthiness, the deservingness, all of it, in order to give yourself the happiness, because you deserve it. No matter who you are, no matter who anyone is in this earth, all of us deserve happiness. It would cure everything in the world. Love and happiness. And when we're happy, we love more. We love more, we give more, we're more wealthier. As I said, we're healthier. It matters. Because when you're happy and you love more, you're going to eat better. You're going to feel better inside and out. You'll lose weight. You can't lose weight unless you're happy. You can't. You may take it off temporarily, but you can't keep it off unless you're happy. You see, it's a key to everything. The key to everything. So please, today, on this wonderful Sunday, give yourself the gift of happiness, and then give it to yourself on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and for the rest of your life. And no, you're not supposed to do harm to get happiness, but can you disappoint people? Absolutely. Can you let them down? Absolutely. Because people are used to you how you are. And just like the young lady yesterday who was starting to do more for her, she's going to disappoint people in her life that are used to her doing just for them. Well, get on board, people. Because everybody deserves to put themselves first. And so there will be people that are used to receiving from you and you not giving to yourself. But once again, you'll be able at some point to give more to them because you'll have more to give. And they, in turn, will learn to be more givers because they're not always going to be lined up to take from you. And isn't that something? That's a complete blessing. And that is what God, our Creator, our source, the universe, that's what it wants. That's what matters to that energy. So not only will you be serving yourself, but even more so, you'll be serving that higher source. Happiness all around. So I'm going to wrap it up here today because the family celebrations have continued. And also, I think it's a perfect place to leave it. And I wish you all a wonderful week whenever you're listening to this. A wonderful day, a wonderful week, a wonderful life. Remember, you deserve it. You matter. You deserve. You are worthy. You are wonderful. Don't allow anything or anyone to ever tell you or make you feel differently, because it's not true. Remember, go to my website, lisahop.com. If you're in the local area, in the domestic United States, continental United States, feel free to book a phone appointment as well. Or if you're in the East Coast area, perhaps an in-person appointment. But remember, everyone, everywhere, there are email sessions as well. Thank you. Have a wonderful Sunday, and I'll talk to you next time.